All right. Good morning, fellow Ambazonians. Good morning to you all, our great people of Ambazonia. Good morning to you all. Welcome, welcome, fellow Ambazonians and friends of Ambazonia. Welcome to this special broadcast for today. Welcome to you all. Good afternoon to most of you. For those of you in North America, good morning to all of you. Welcome. We're going to begin in just 1 minute. As you join, please share the link and invite others to participate. We have great education for everybody. We have great information for everybody. There's something we are going to say that is going to be very important for everyone. So as you join, please share and invite others to participate. I will also be taking live calls directly from ACN TV. All right. Yes, we'll be taking live calls directly from ACN TV. We'll be doing a question and answer session so that we provide clarity on core issues and core decisions that have been made. All right. So I hope you are all doing well. I hope everyone is okay. Happy Country Sunday. I will be speaking in Pidgin. My fellow Ambazonians, una good afternoon for una, for all our people then for Ground Zero. Una good afternoon for una. For all our people then for this side for North America, and still morning time for some parts for North America. So una good morning for all una. For all our people them across the world. I salute una. I be una brother Asu, who is the press secretary for the executive office for Ambazonia Governing Council. Today na Country Sunday, na a day where all our people them across the national territory, for all our people them across the 13 states. Na a day where our people that they all take for observe the ghost town, what we call and say Country Sunday. Na a day where our people that they take them for show collective effort, for show solidarity with our prisoners of war, for show solidarity with our refugees them. Now also a day of collective resistance where the Ambazonian people them collectively they rise up for tell the colonial regime of La République du Cameroon and the Cameroonese people them for tell them say the Ambazonian people don't stand up for ask for their right for self-determination. They don't ask for stand for their right for their freedom. They don't ask for stand for their right for defend the Ambazonian sovereignty. Now they would also send a collective message to the international system. Say this liberation struggle, now a collective effort for all Ambazonians them across the 13 states. Now a grassroots movement, not be not only some people they just shit on for some place and then they talk say they want independence, but now a collective voice, now a collective response for reject Cameroon occupation, for reject Cameroon colonialism, for reject Cameroon their invasion of Ambazonia. So na collective effort, na collective way, all we don't rise up for ask for one thing and one thing only. See the Ambazonian people they want independence and absolute separation from the fraudulent union. Una welcome. Today again, I get very important things and for tell una, but before we get for the make we start with wetin it don't happen first over the weekend. As una know, while liberation struggle now very unique, it be very different from anything will happen for the world because of the uniqueness of our situation, because of how we be the only people them where they take two independent states, they talk say they can't form one country. So we're there for a very unique position. That's why a lot of the things they want to do and get for be very unique, based on the context of our existence, the context of our conflict, and the nature of the occupation. So a lot of the things that we do was strategies that be very unique based on the uniqueness of our situation. As all we know, it not been an easy thing, but we'll get a clear strategy where the Ambazonian Governing Council don't lay them out for the Ambazonian people them since 2017 of how Ambazonians they go take them for end La République du Cameroon occupation. We get a clear strategy, a clear roadmap of what we need for doing for permanently end Cameroon occupation of Ambazonia, end Cameroon invasion of Ambazonia. So for a lot of people then, most people, they need to take the time for understand the strategy or for even learn that strategy. So a lot of the things and where I go repeat them for now, not just so that all man fit learn, understand what they go on. The strategy, number one, for make the territory ungovernable to the Cameroon occupation. Number one, the first step for the strategy, now for make Ambazonia, make it be ungovernable to the Cameroon colonial authorities. Number two, now for delegitimize that ungovernability, I repeat that. Number one, make the territory ungovernable. That means say for make the Cameroon government not get one eye control over Ambazonia. Now for make Cameroon enough administer Ambazonia. For make them ungovernable, it constitutes the colonial fraudulent parliamentarians and senators, DOs, SDOs, governors, government delegates, they not function within Ambazonia. That's what it means. It means say Cameroon not do the business of administration for instance Ambazonia. Now they talk say make the territory ungovernable. Make a way they not govern the occupied people. You make a way Cameroon not get power anymore. So now for that they call and say we delegitimize Cameroon. We make Cameroon lost. Cameroon don't fool the world say now it get Ambazonia. But we would make Cameroon it lost that ability for fool the world say now it control Ambazonia. That's why they make the territory ungovernable for Cameroon for be able to govern the territory. So Cameroon they try for govern the territory. We would make them ungovernable. Alright? Cameroon goal for administer the territory. We would make Cameroon not administer the administration of occupation for Ambazonia. That's why the whole strategy, first step, make the territory ungovernable. Number two, for stop all economic exploitation. The only reason why Cameroon dey for Ambazonia, the only reason why Cameroon get interest for Ambazonia, not because they want the land, or they like the Ambazonian people them. Now because the moment they discover the natural resources of Ambazonia, the richness of Ambazonia, now for the game change. Now for the game change. They did it not because of the natural resources. They did it not because of economic exploitation. Without economic benefit, there is no occupation. The purpose of the occupation not for economic interest, not for economic benefit. And that's why all we know say Ambazonia they generate 65% of the entire GDP for Cameroon. That means say all the economic activity, all the money where Cameroon they make them every single year, year in, year out. 65% of all that money it come out for the Ambazonian territory. Now we don't understand why they did it. Now we don't understand. We don't understand why they want to kill as many people as possible for continue to reap the benefits of the economy of the occupation. Now we don't understand why they deploy so much military. Now we don't understand why they recruit so much enablers and traitors and collaborators. For twist people they ahead them for make sure say Cameroon get some form of legitimacy for talking how they control Ambazonia. Now we know the game. Now because you the Ambazonian people then Now you generate 65% of all the money we Cameroon get them. It come out now for Ambazonia. Now the only reason now they did it. All right. So the second step of the strategy now for stop economic exploitation. The third step of the strategy. So number one, you make the territory ungovernable. Number two, you stop economic exploitation. Number three, now for increase the cost of occupation. Now the third step that's why we would make Cameroon it borrow so much money for try for beef for inside Amazonia. That's why they go for go buy ammo car. They go buy all kind weapons. They not get the money, so they go for go borrow the money. So with the increase the money where Cameroon they borrow just for try for see if they feed beef for Amazonia. As a result, the more they continue for borrow money, we would continue for stop economic exploitation. So they become a bad business. The occupation now will not be profitable. Because they borrow money, put that inside Amazonia. Borrow money, put that inside Amazonia. But they need to get con. Alright? They need to get con. That's why we maintain, make the shutdown CDC. And then when I say, okay, who would try? General Ivo and the ADF, they completely shut down CDC. And then Cameroon go bring infiltrators, the Sarkozy and the Cristiano. May they buy all the fighters of those fighters for mountain lions. As soon as I hear from the report, so that they give them 650 million CFA as Ambazonia FBI don't report them for all now, right? So Cameroon they buy people them, make them leave them, make CDC come back to normal, make FACO come back to normal, make the liberation die. They will pay people the money, make the key fighters. Make the liberation die. So Cameroon for go recruit his own infiltrators, his own agents for plant them inside the Ambazonia liberation and then use them for scatter things. Alright? So we want to understand the game. Now we want to understand, right? Okay. So number three, therefore increase the cost of occupation. Number four, now for make Cameroon become a bankrupt state. Once we don't do all these things, I'm on the ground. Then now they do what they call and say internationalization of the struggle. Now for here where the people them for diaspora, they go take the plight of our people them. They go take the suffering of our people them. They go take the killings of Cameroon. They go take Cameroon, the atrocities on the Ambazonian people them. They go take all what did happen for ground. Then they take them now to the international community. The Ambazonian community go take them to the Canadian parliamentarians for inside Canada. Say when they see what Cameroon they do for our people them, when they see the genocide probably the cause Ambazonians for United States, they go take them to members of Congress and to members of Senate for the United States for inside their own various communities. So we start for internationalize our struggle. We start for tell the world about the plight of the Ambazonian people them. We start for tell the world about how the occupation come about, how the invasion come about. How all these things that come about for what Cameroon they do and for the Ambazonian people them. We start for pinpoint all these things. Now the same Ambazonia them for Australia, Ambazonia them for England, Ambazonia them for France, Ambazonia them for South Africa, Ambazonia for Ghana. So you get this massive momentum of Ambazonians across the globe that they speak now the same message. Take the message to their various constituencies for the various representatives of their secondary country them. For Canada, on a year how for 2021 the Canadian government finally get a hearing for the Canadian Parliament, for the Canadian House of Commons, so that they pass a resolution, right? When a year what happen for the United States Congress, when a year what happen for the United States House of Representatives, when a year what happen for the German Parliament, when a year what happen for the UK Parliament, when a year what happen for the European Union. All across the globe. Now this massive mobilization of internationalization of our struggle by the Ambazonian diaspora community. Then the political leadership, it take all our people, their voices, their aspirations, their hopes, their dreams, and start forget targeted diplomacy. Start now, not be only diplomacy, but targeted diplomacy. Diplomacy will go yield results. Diplomacy way now for express the aspirations, the hopes, the demands, and what our people they ask for. and for make the case to the international community why the recognition of Ambazonia it be for the best interest of the international community, and for make the case against Cameroon. Say Cameroon na a terrorist state where not fit guarantee peace, security, and stability, because it never ever fit for guarantee peace, security, and stability. Now a country where, because of the regime, because of the corrupt nature of the state, that they use not only force for try for solve political problems, and Cameroon be unpredictable. Now a bad place for investments. So we got to make this case and show the difference between Ambazonia and Cameroon. Who will be the kind state where our grandparents they be create them? The kind state where our people they come out for the Eastern House. The kind state where they create them for Ambazonia. The level of development, the level of economic progress, the level of public transparency, public accountability, the level of human rights, the level of peace, security, and stability will be there for Ambazonia. The level of democratic principles and values will they be there for Ambazonia before Cameroon can occupy and invade everything we will get at. Right? So now the internationalization this, now the targeted diplomacy this, now that they reach out directly to parliament, to members of Senate, to the head of states, to foreign ministries and secretariats of foreign ministries, and get this discussion directly, start for make that case on behalf of the Ambazonian people then. Start for push the well for sanction Cameroon, and then start for give for look how for recognize Ambazonia. Why would they do all these things? The battle on the ground get for be intensified. The forces they get for the take the fight directly to the enemy. Because if they do all these things for outside here, but if on the ground Cameroon still gets some form of control, then the conversation the world go to look say no, maybe if we just help Cameroon for stabilize, maybe if we just help Cameroon for modify and grant more rights, maybe if we just help Paul Biya, make Paul Biya relax a little bit, we'll help the Cameroon state, make they do a little bit of internal transformation. Maybe the people they will be okay. So how things they go turn out, now we'll get more leverage. Now the Cameroon government they show the world say, if it defeat the resistance and normalize things and bring peace, or now the Ambazonian people they show a committed willingness and resilience, say they defeat the occupation, and therefore establish a new world order for that place where they call and say the Gulf of Guinea. All the Ambazonian people they get for proof to the world, say they will be an anchor of stability, an anchor of peace, an anchor of human rights, and an anchor of development. For create stability where international peace, international trade and commerce, if it take place. Now the places who did it. And so far, would they beat Cameroon hands down. So far, the Ambazonian people, they beat Cameroon hands down. For make the territory ungovernable, for increase the cost of occupation, for stop economic exploitation, the Ambazonian people, they beat Cameroon hands down. You fit make the assessment. How many parliamentarians, how many colonial parliamentarians or colonial enablers in the name of parliamentarians did they stay inside the territory? How many? 0. How many colonial senators did they stay inside the territory? 0. Most of the DOs and SDOs, all then they be wrong. They just have to bring some of them back. So they make enormous progress. Between 2017 and the early part of 2019, the entire CDC will be shut down. CDC go back to make almost zero money. Now from 2019, when they bring in Sako and Chris Anu, and I don't hear the report, I don't need for repeat and for now. They bring them before they start for pay the money, and then they tell the mountain lions, as I don't already hear, they collect 650 million CFA. The mountain lions, That force wey dey for Fako, with their people that they control them, they collect 650 million from the Cameroon government. 650 million CFA. They kill 2 generals for put the one way now they control the mountain lions now. The information they out there for now. When I hear the clear investigative report with DDC Capo Daniel Imekam, and the person where they send that money, where now be the contact person when I be in charge of all these deals. Now from bad, when I be the person where they control the mountain lions. When I all this information there for una for outside there. The audio interview there for una for outside there. When I hear how many generals they kill and for Fako, for make the stop, make the fighting stop for Fako, and make CDC come back. And between 2019, you can reach for 2021. When I don't hear how much money CDC for 2017 and 2018, CDC be only fit for make now 500 million. Now, between 2019 and 2022, after they don't stop the forces for Fako, may they not touch Supermont, the company will make Supermont for I think for Moyoka or for one of from Mutengen, one of those places for Fako Day, and the CDC. After they don't stop all those forces, the mountain lions, may they not ever touch, may they not disturb the Cameroon government and the Cameroon occupational estates, may they not disturb them. When I don't see now, say CDC now, it don't make up to 18 billion between 2019, they come out 2017 and 2018. They be only make now 500 million. 500 million. It never even reach 1 billion. Between 2019 and 2021, they don't go to make 18 billion. It tells you now the work of the infiltrators and the implanted agents. But beside that one, that's why Fako quiet. That's why the mountain lions, they need to carry out any actions. That's why instead they kill the other fighters. And when other fighters, what they did for Fako, they go carry out actions, the mountain lions will go threaten them. When I get all this information, it not be new. But I just tell when I some of me when I understand the dynamics of these things. So when I understand the strategy, this strategy requires the Amazonian people, as Pagoji Dinka don't talk, say they be advising, say the fastest way for Amazonia for gain international recognition and end the fraudulent union with Cameroon, the occupation it be based na the fact say Cameroon it recruit Amazonians in the form of parliamentarians, in the form of senators, in the form of DOs, in the form of SDOs. Now those people, they misrepresent Amazonia and give legitimacy to the occupation. You don't understand? As long as people that they come up from Amazonia say they be Amazonian, they be senators and parliamentarians, and they represent Amazonia for La Republic Parliament, then the occupation be legitimate. The occupation be legitimate because it get a direct representation, even though now an illegitimate process. But to the eyes of the world, as long as there is representation, there is legitimacy. So for end that fraudulent legitimacy, for end these impostors, as Pagoji Dinka advised the Amazonian people them, say make all senators and parliamentarians they come up for La Republic Senate, the occupation will come to an end. As long as these people they no one willingly do one, as long as these people now they need to represent the Amazonian people because the Amazonian people not vote any person for go represent them. Cameroon now they still use now these people them for certify the occupation. That's why the uprising of this generation for regain control, total control of the Amazonian territory, the Amazonian people must take very hard measures. Now listen. For make sure say this generation gain freedom and independence, we must do the hard work. By fire, by force. Because persuasion no work. They don't want people them collectively For 2017 and 2018, they beg all these parliamentarians and the people they promise say they go withdraw from Cameroon parliament. Mr. Biya launched a war on our people. They launch a genocide on our people. These people continue for enable the genocide and the atrocities on the Amazonian people them for their own political benefits and their own financial for accumulate wealth. From the day they collect 500 million francs every year for ye forget members of the CPDM, members of the SDF, may they continue for be for that parliament and for that senate. They give John Frundi 500 million directly every year. Make not pull those people out of that parliament. So you tell me, now for which place where your interest be protected? Need John Frundi to protect like 500 million where they get them from Mr. Paul Biya every year? For keep the occupation going on behalf of Paul Biya? Now for who side your own interest fit in? Now for who side your own future fit in? For all these discussions, you did generate 65% of GDP to the occupational administration. What you did get in return? The only thing we did get in return, now massacres, extrajudicial killings, the burnings of your homes and villages, execution of children, the raping of mothers, raping of sisters, indiscriminate arrest of young men and women and fathers, and then send them into Cameroon concentration camps. The only thing we did get back, na poverty, early death, harassment. Now you pay that. For be so naive, for leave them a few people then, they take you, sell them into an occupational system. That's why the 99% of the population, they don't muster the courage for stand up for their rights. That's why 99% of the population, they get for take very different, drastic actions for preserve their own existence, for guarantee their own lives. And the only way for do them, now for take drastic steps, because you don't appeal. You don't appeal to the need John Frundis. You don't appeal to the CPDM parliamentarians. You don't appeal to the senators. You don't appeal. Say make they withdraw. They no one withdraw. They leave you with one choice. And that choice, now for tell them who control Amazonia. That choice, where the world they expect you for doing, where all other people across the world for this kind of situation they do them. Now for show who control Amazonia. Now Cameroon control Amazonia or na the Amazonian people control Amazonia. And so for demonstrate authority over that land, authority over the sovereignty, authority over your people them. Now for start, for do the hard work. That's why when our defense forces, when our National Liberation Army, they take the kind steps where they take them for show authority over the Amazonian land. For show authority, saying that the Amazonian people, they get authority over the land. Cameroon don't get authority anymore. Cameroon don't lose legitimacy. And therefore, any person who misrepresent the Amazonian people them and forgive legitimacy to the fraudulent occupation, that person, they get for be arrested, they get for be captured by the Amazonian forces. That's why we have National Liberation Army. For protect the liberation of the Amazonian people them. For protect the aspirations of the Amazonian people them. For stop the misinterpretation and misrepresentation of Amazonia. The Amazonian Defense Forces, una National Liberation Army. That's why I take those steps where they take them last week. For capture the top colonial senator where they misrepresent the Amazonian people them and give false impression to the international system. Say the Ambazonian people them, they willingly want be under Cameroon. That's why they take these steps. They take these steps now for keep the promise of the freedom of the Ambazonian people them. They take this step because when I don't appeal, when I don't do a moral appeal, when I don't do a cultural appeal, when I don't do an appeal from conscience, they not listen for una. The power of force, it get for take shape. We must send a different message to Cameroon. Say you no go play with this generation, and you no go play with the Ambazonian people. We must send a different message to Cameroon. Say there are Ambazonians, there are organizations, the leadership of the Ambazonian resistance be incorruptible. One national liberation forces, they be incorruptible. You not fit bribe your way into the reoccupation of Ambazonia. Because the core essence of our liberation, it be incorruptible. The Ambazonia Governing Council, not been at the IG. The Ambazonia Governing Council, not been at the corrupt and fraudulent IG. Where the owner did it for political games and for financial benefits. That's why they did replicate and duplicate and multiply that organization. So that make as many people as possible, they become players within the corrupt schemes and weaken the Ambazonian people. The Ambazonia Governing Council under the leadership of Dr. Cho Ayaba, not been at the IG. We will take very hard measures for protect the dignity of the Ambazonian people. We will take very hard measures for protect the independence and the sovereignty of Ambazonia. The arrest we they make last week, it be part of the strategy for make sure say we delegitimize Cameroon for Ambazonia. This arrest not get anything to do with any person in family business. It only gets something for protect the aspirations of the Ambazonian people. It only get for something for do now for sure say they say now the Ambazonian people get authority over their land, and there will be no misrepresentation. And therefore, any person where it choose for be an enabler of the occupation, an enabler of the genocide, an enabler of the killings and the burnings and the destruction of the Ambazonian people, there will be a price. This were people, their lives not be not something for take and for play with them. You know go take a sovereignty and you play with them. You know go take a state and you play with them. Anywhere for this world where any person will don't go against the aspiration of a state, against a sovereign people, there is a price they don't pay them across the globe. So we now feel understand why the Governing Council of Ambazonia they take the tough and make those tough decisions, because the Ambazonian Defense Forces now the only force where it get a direct political leadership. Now the only force. Now only two forces a day for ground where they be controlled by political leadership. Now only two movements within our liberation struggle, they get direct forces where they get direct control and command structure. The Ambazonia Defense Forces of Ambazonia Governing Council and SOCADEF of the APLM under the leadership of Dr. Kwanga. Now the only two movements where they get forces under their direct political control, where they get forces under the leadership, under the political leadership. There is no other movement where it get forces under a direct political leadership. None. Now only these two movements. The Ambazonia Governing Council and the APLM. Now only them two. They get forces where they be directly controlled by the political leadership. Those forces, when forces they be under a direct political leadership, the Ambazonia Governing Council, they create them now for champion the independence, the hopes, the aspirations of the Ambazonian people then. So they create the Ambazonian Defense Forces as part of the overall strategy of the liberation for execute the National Liberation Plan. Not before any other thing. They create the Ambazonian Defense Forces now for fulfill the promise of independence. Independence declared must be defended. Period. The sovereignty must be defended. Period. We don't understand. Not been a joke. That's why the Ambazonian Defense Forces, when they capture the colonial senator, they make specific political demands to the international community and to the Cameroon colonial government as an authority of Ambazonia, as a movement with the champion and they lead the liberation. They make specific political demands. They reach out to the IRC. They reach out to embassies. They reach out to state departments. They reach out to foreign ministries of the key governments and for this world and key international institutions and make specific political demands as the authority of the people. Say we want say una release what Big Papa Pam Fongalan where Cameroon government go use through the Nigerian corrupt government, go kidnap them for Nigeria, and then rendition them back into Cameroon. And the day for Cameroon concentration camp. Because of his age, because of sickness, because of poor health, when I release Pam 4 and 75 other Ambazonian prisoners where they get health problems, where they are sick. All right, when I release them, they give them a specific time frame. The Cameroon government not respond to those demands. They not respond. The Cameroon government not make any public statement. So for secure the Ambazonian people then, for continue for exert that authority, they got to take measures as the custodian of the land, as the authority of the land. So through the political leadership, the defense forces, they take extra measures for show authority over the land and show the power of our structure. The defense forces over the weekend, they carry out a military tribunal for decide the fate of Madame Regina Mundi'S, the colonial traitor. So they put Madame Regina Mundi'S through a military tribunal because they charge her with treason and say be an accessory for enable genocide, crimes against humanity, crimes against the Ambazonian people then. And they put all the charges, they pass it through a military tribunal. And as we know, on Friday we be na May the 7th, the chairman for the War Council, he become address the Ambazonian people them and address the people of the world and pronounce the verdict. Make una take una sesef una hear weti the verdict for Madame Mundi'S e be una hear.
She rubber stamps. She is a face of genocide. One of those who stands for the legitimacy, for the right of La République du Cameroun to burn hundreds of villages in Ambazonia. For the war of extermination that they are persecuting in our land. For the death today of Commander Forrest of our Bamenda Brigade. of Commander RP, of Commander Lucky, of the General Ivos, of the General Guignams, of the hundreds and hundreds of Ambazonians that have been summarily executed. She is the face of that execution. Mrs. Regina Mundi, based on all her crimes for aiding and abetting the enemy, providing a legitimate cover for acts of war and terrorism against the people of Ambazonia, for undermining the war effort by creating the atmosphere of illegitimacy of the Ambazonian cause, by calling into question any right to life, any right to self-determination of the Ambazonian people, for her work as a spy of La République du Cameroon, creating a network of informants within our community that she funds with money through the regime in Yaoundé, through her patron, the genocidaire Mr. Paul Bian Bin Vodo in Yaoundé. The funding of this network of spies and informants in our land that she serviced, that has caused untold deaths in our communities, that have singled out those in opposition to her and the war in Cameroon for summary execution, the burning of their homes, the destruction of their properties. For all of these crimes and more, Mrs. Regina Mundi was condemned to death by a military tribunal of Ambazonia. At this moment, I inform the president of the Ambazonian Governing Council, the leader of this revolution, her fate now lies in his hands. But let me be clear. Let me be crystal clear. Mrs. Mundi has already been moved twice. There is a limit to the Ambazonian Defense Forces putting its forces at risk. At this moment, I inform the president of the Ambazonian Governing Council, the leader of this revolution, her fate now lies in his hands. But let me be clear.
My fellow Ambazonians, as all when I don't hear, the colonial senator, the Ambazonian people then, through one National Liberation Army as the authority of the land, as the authority of our state. They put Madame Mundi through a military trial, a military tribunal. They find it guilty of those crimes and they don't sentence it. The soldier, they don't do their work for demonstrate authority over the sovereignty and over the land, and for send a clear message to the likes of the Nijon Frundi and any other person we think say na the eras of the funchas are the moon and this. Any person we think say they say he go stand for give false information to the international community and for misrepresent the Ambazonian people then. Any person when a parliamentarian, a senator, a mayor, a government delegate, a DO, an SDO, we hope say una don't hear the message. Now the never again generation this. When they talk say enough is enough, enough means say enough is enough. Now na time for any other traitor will they pick you inside the Ambazonian territory, you go face the same consequences for enabling Cameroon genocide on the Ambazonian people. Because the burnings of Cameroon homes and villages and towns, now when they enable them, the extrajudicial killings of Ambazonian children, mothers, grandfathers, grandmothers, now una the cost am. Una go bear the cost. Una go bear the price of una langa throat, langa money, and una ability, una need for one be elite by all cost. The need for una for one be big people them. But even if they kill all una brothers and sisters, as long as they make una elite, and they give una CRO TV and portfolios and position for the occupied people then. If that one matter for una, there is a price. Madam Mundi'S life, now only one human being fee save her. And that human being, now the president of the governing council of Ambazonia. That person, Madam Mundi'S life now only then for one person in hand. Dr. Cho Lucas Ayaba. Now if he save anything we get for happen now, even if a miracle, it get for come through this man. As the deaf chair don't talk am. The military tribunal already passed the sentence. But the final decision for that woman in life, it didn't for Dr. Choi by hand. And so the World Council, it don't talk. Now, I tell what people say since 2016, the Ambazonian people don't boycott all the fraudulent national days where Cameroon don't impose them for our people. From 2016, where people don't boycott 11th February, they don't boycott 20th May. And we don't do them. Now part of our rejection of the occupation and colonialism. Now part of our rejection of anything Cameroon. Now part of our delegitimization of Cameroon. That's why every day we Cameroon used to use them for sure say Ambazonia and Cameroon are one. We not get anything for do with Cameroon anymore. And therefore we not get anything for do with any day. We Cameroon they regard them as national day for Ambazonia and for the Cameroon territory. This 20th May will come for the next 10 days. It not going to be any different. All right? This 20th May will come. It not going to be any different. Make a move this one. The 20th May will come. The governing council of Ambazonia, since what people they start, you don't always believe say, because of what people that they go through, because of the suffering, the pain what people that they go through, because of the hardship, there is no need for use lockdown as a strategy there's no need for use lockdown for add more pain, more suffering, more hardship on our people. we believe say lockdown, just like Country Sunday, the Governing Council of Ambazonia, because now a people-centered organization. Now organization where it be for grassroots, now the people them. It get for listen to the people them, consult with the people them, consult with the forces, and come up with a common sense strategy. We don't always believe say lockdown go only be for 1 day. Maximum 2 days. But it not be necessary. 20th May, now 1 day. And this 20th May for this year, I think for Friday, if I'm not mistaken, I can check my calendar well. Yes, the 20th May, it fall now for Friday. And so the Governing Council don't consult. It don't call other movements. It call the people of the IGK. It call all the other movements. It say, look, if I say make all we speak with one voice. If I say make all we put out now one date. Okay? He don't consult. Call all man. And he explains say why it be say we go for speak with one voice. Why it be important make all the movements they put 1 day. They accept for one date. The Governing Council say for Governing Council, we would think say if I make we only put now 1 day for lockdown and the day go be now only for the Friday we go be now the 20th May. Now only that day we fit lock down the whole territory. Because we already defeat Cameroon. That day don't become useless. We already useless the day. So there's no need for lock down the territory for 3 days or for 2 days. 1 day correct. And our force is the fee enforcer. So they consult all the other movements. Now only one movement be talk say one do 2 days. Now only the IGK be talk say one do 2 days. And the Governing Council say, look, if all we agree for 1 day, it's fine. But we for Governing Council will not mind if we also agree say for 2 days for make compromise with the IGK people them and any other group we talk in 2 days. We not mind. As long as all we accept, but we prefer not only 1 day. Now the conversation that. At the same time, the leader also consult with the person where they call it say Chris Anu. The one where don't go create your own IG. The one where they call it say Crazy Anu. That's what they call it now. They call it Crazy Anu. So the leader consult with Crazy Anu. And I call it Chris Anu. So he consult he tell Chris Anu the same thing. Say, Mr. Chris Anu, we want to tell you, say, we would prefer make lockdown it be for 1 day. Chris Anu say, no, we would already decide. We would already decide, say, lockdown, it go be 5 days. The leader say, Chris Anu, we don't consult with all the other movements. All man don't agree, say, make we do on 1 day. Chris Anu say, no, we would already talk for among ourselves. We don't already agree. Say our own lockdown go be 5 days. The leader say, no, we reach out for you. Now for make all we put out one message. If you tell we our own reason we una the one put lockdown for 5 days, now what will be the political objective we una want achieve? What you want achieve by putting out a 5-day lockdown for people who they don't be traumatized, for people who they don't be starved, for people who they suffer, for people who they go through the pain of war. What will be your political objectives for lockdown a territory for 5 days? You know the economic consequence on the people? And the famine season this. You know the hardship we go impose among people? Christian no one year. Before the leader one woke up for morning time, Christian do already come out, go for a TV. Go announce and say he locked down 5 days. Say the call for a 5-day lockdown. Why they bring this one up? I they bring this one up. Now make una know say Chris Anu they are calling a 5-day lockdown. Not been a new thing. There is a reason why they call for 5-day lockdown. Because it be so ridiculous. There's a reason. When Chris Anu be there with Sako IG, Una see say they always call for this extended, extensive lockdown unnecessarily. So una be know say na a strategy where they do for project infighting. All wetin they do na a strategy for project infighting. Not be na because they get any political objective where they want achieve am. Na just for make the liberation may be chaotic. Na for increase pain and suffering on our people. Na for make the liberation may be so ridiculous. Na for show say what people not get na for show say that IG group not get the interest of the people at heart. Na for show say diaspora be divided. That's why they do these ridiculous things them and create all these ridiculous, put out these ridiculous policies and information and then put pain and cost on the people so that the people feel revolt against the liberation. Now a deliberate thing. They actually talk with one of our strategists within the Hague of Sea, and we'll begin the discussion and then we'll start for talk. I will say, look, if Cristiano, when I see the same thing where Cristiano be do and where be there for the Sako IG, if the problem be at the Sako IG, why be say now where Cristiano don't go create your own IG? It is still doing the same thing. If the problem be at the Sako IG, but why be say now where Cristiano don't go can create your own different IG? Here Marianata. Why be say they still run the same chaotic policies? I want to think, because as a teacher, as a coach, as a strategist, my goal now forget you, make you bypass all these things the way they see them, and you go to the source of the problem. So that you start to understand human patterning, human behaviors. You start to understand, say, people, their patterns. Once you put the dots and you start to see the dots, connect all the dots, you go see, say, it lead you to a specific path. You connect this dot, you connect that dot, you connect that dot, it will lead you to the intentions. Now, I think this one may be very clear for people. These people, they no one make us speak with one voice, because their goal now for inject chaos for a liberation struggle. Their goal now for portray a chaotic atmosphere where it will make the population will rise up against the liberation, say they don't want this liberation struggle anymore because it add them more pain. Their goal now for paint a bad picture to the international community. You know, if you talk, so you care about your people, but every single time when you call for a lockdown, either the lockdown be indefinite, or you make them, you talk in a 2 weeks lockdown, or you talk in a 1 week lockdown. And they know say the Hague of Sea, being reasonable, being pragmatic, being people ready to be practical, they know say we go reject them. Not be now just because say when you care about your people, you don't want to add more pain on top of the pain where they feel am. When you care about your people, you don't want to add suffering on top of the suffering that they already feel am. A leadership will be centered on the people, their aspiration. You get for be so careful for protect those people them and not for add anything to their pain, but not for minimize their pain, not for reduce their suffering while we maintain our political objectives. So with all this understanding what I don't give you now when I feel understand why Cristiano they call for a 5-day lockdown. It be ridiculous. Now for put shame for the liberation. Now for put pain on the people. Now for add hardship on the people then. For cause them to give up. For give La République du Cameroon the intelligence material for use them against the liberation diplomatically. So when I get for understand Cristiano again. So that La République fit take that information, go back to the Ambazonian people. Say now people this way they say they want independence or una. Why did they lock una for house? Why did they tell una stay house for 5 days now go give una chop? If you get tomato farm and you not go harvest tomatoes for 5 days, what will go happen for tomatoes? What will go happen for your vegetables? What will go happen for people that they sell fish? People that they buy eru, people that they buy cocoa, cassava, and they get for carry them within a specific days for go sell them or it go spoil. What will go happen with those people? What will go happen with people there that they sell bush meat and they buy meat, go sell them? If you lock them for 5 days, what will go happen with their business capital? So they try to be unreasonable. What I want to tell our people then? All the movements other than the impostors, all the movements, they don't agree for a 1-day lockdown. All the movements and all the leaders, they don't agree for a 1-day lockdown. Now 1 day Ambazonia will be locked down. There is no such a thing as a 5-day lockdown. So any person who will listen, we will lock down now only for 1 day. All right? Only for 1 day. There's no 5-day lockdown. Number one, the governing council will get the capacity of the Ambazonia Defense Forces and our sister forces for enforce the lockdown. Chris Anu not get any force under a control for enforce a 5-day lockdown. We go only go for defeat Cameroon for that day, for make sure say no celebration whatsoever it take place for inside Ambazonia. To all the forces, una goal now for protect the communities, for protect the aspirations of our people then. Una goal now for make sure say our people not experience too much pain, they not experience too much suffering. The goal of leadership now for lessen the people their pain, for lessen their suffering, and for help them. So we must protect our people then through excesses by Cameroon implanted agents. We must protect our people then from chaos. While liberation while leadership get for be led, we get for lead our people then with caring, while we maintain a high level of aggression, while we maintain a high level of focus against the enemy. So to all the commanders across the 13 states, lockdown dinner for 20th of May. That's it. We're gonna lock down the territory for 20th of May, and we're gonna enforce that lockdown for any place where any group of forces a day. We're gonna make sure say now and before the 20th May, there is no activity for inside Ambazonia for any people them, whether na school picking them, whether na women's group, whether na church groups, there should be no such activity for prepare for 20th May for Ambazonia. All picking the way they go school. Any person where the Cameroon government, he pay the school money for make school picking they go march. You go come up for outside at your own risk. And we call for all quarter heads. Make una not live and make no picking for inside Ambazonia come out inside quarter for 20th May because na a national lockdown day. If they see you for street, now you don't find your own palaver by yourself. Would he give you the information now? Stay at home for lockdown. The forces they go be out on the streets for chase Cameroon out, and anything where any person if they try to organize them in the form of 20th May, you go be considered an enabler of occupation, an enabler of genocide. So no waste your life. No go collect Cameroon their corrupt money for say one can stage 20th May for Ambazonia. There will be no excuse for anybody because we tell you now. No go against the will of the people. No go against the aspirations of the people. No make yourself a victim of Cameroon propaganda. Cameroon don't be defeated from Amazonia. So not try for give them small hopes. The forces, they will be out. And you know one time. You know what made the forces they catch you for outside. Stay home. 20th May, they will disgrace Cameroon. Because now the actual day that way the occupation start. Now the day that way they end the two-state fraudulent federation. Now 20th May, now the day way Cameroon it officially end anything where the two states coming together. Now they did that. So now 20th May, now the day where Cameroon start the invasion and occupation and full occupation of Amazonia. Now that day, it's starting for 20th May. One man, a Fulani man, Ishidon, he just signed book. Without consulting the Amazonian parliament, without having a debate. The two parliament, they're supposed to get a debate on the idea. But the Fulani man, he go shit on for some place. Ayijo, a Fulani man, he just shit on a sign book. Now all that. They start the effective and full invasion and occupation of Amazonia. It's standing for 20th May. So any person who come up from outside for try for celebrate that day, you be a traitor. All right. So I go take calls. Any person we need for waiting, I don't talk for today. Even about this 20th May, I want to make you call and you talk about how ridiculous it be for a lot of people and for house for 1 week. Anything I don't talk for today regarding 20th May, regarding the military tribunal, regarding the arrest of enablers and traitors, anything we don't talk. If you get any question for ask me, you get any comment for make them, I go open the line them now. I get a few minutes for take some calls so that we all people they feel participate. I know say what people them for Ground Zero whether they watch through the ACN TV. When I feel call, when I feel make direct call, if you add for what I don't talk, if you also call these imposters and implanted agents into order. You must shame the devil. All right? You must shame the devil. So if you get a call, I mean, you get something you want Adam for which I don't talk, you get a comment from Maker, maybe you get a question for ask me, please feel free. I go connect into a speaker so that what people fit call the talk. All right. My line that they on, when I get the number in front for una screen for day. Any person you feel call directly from WhatsApp. You feel also make a direct call. You feel also call me through if you be connected to me through my personal Facebook, my professional Facebook. You feel also call me for that. So if you make a direct call, you feel send a WhatsApp message. I go answer you directly. All right. So the line to be open for all man for call. The line to be open for all man for call. I get time for the line them now. I get time for take calls, so feel free for call. The wait when I call, so that I get some time for make we get this discussion and so that all we feel get the same flow. All right. So now the things that I be talking about, I can't talk for now for provide this clarity, for provide this understanding. Now our goal for always make sure say we keep on, we continue for inform our people, empower our people, encourage our people. Make we take this call from Ground Zero. Whoa. Hello? Hello? Yeah, hello? Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, I'm calling from Grand Zero. The one day is okay for us.
Thank you very much. Thank you, my man. Thank you. You talk fine. All right. One person that just called for ground zero talks say 1 day correct. Now only 1 day. Ground zero talks say now only 1 day they want time for lockdown. So I go to monitor on the comments there. Some Mr. Ahmad, Mr. Chijani, you said extend gratitude to other leaders who unanimously came to the conclusion of a 1 day lockdown. That's great. All right. Amazonian Chris Anu doesn't have any force. Chris Anu is calling for 5 days extensive lockdown. Will he be able to enforce it on ground zero? Comrade John from the biggest don for the Comrade John, our big brother Frasa for Victoria, we salute you. All right. Okay, me go take this call from United Arab Emirates. Hello?
Yeah, hello?
Yeah, go ahead. Right on, brother.
Yeah, hello?
Right on.
I thank you for the good job. I said, yeah, my own problem now, I go from UAE. My own problem now, that when I not be organized, how so another person go put 5 days or goes down, so another one, it bring disagreement for the fight. If everybody get a group that was supposed to get one mission, the mission of liberate the Amazonian land. If they say everybody get their own mission, was the way the fight to go at least for this side, today now everybody getting a different mission, so it confuse up the way.
Okay, for which I don't talk today. Even after my explanation, you still be confused.
No, it's just confusing. I say it doesn't say the mission. Now one part, like when I follow they and ADF they fight for the question, the another people they fight for personal interest, where they block another side.
All right,
so
well
for now, ADF they fight type of the another side them we need to hear nothing. But at first all sides they fight.
Okay, the most important thing I say, at least you as an Amazonian citizen, you be informed, you get the knowledge, you pay attention to what it happen, you know the people that they cause the confusion for una, and you know the people that don't want to add more pain and suffering to our people them. So the good news, I say so you also become part of the voice for carry out the message to the people them. Take that responsibility upon yourself as well. All right.
Okay, so small fight that problem you don't finish but now just confusion. Now we still will confuse ourselves more than
no.
10 different groups them. We not 10 different groups, they move fight to one solution, one thing.
All right.
We already we see now just because of we now. We don't make the fight now so difficult for we.
Okay. Well, now you get the understanding. Say not be we define ourselves. Now a specific group of people them, as you already talk on, where they fight for their own selfish interest, and you know them. So thank you very much. Make I take this call from our big brother, Comrade Chofo. Yo, bro.
Hello, comrade. After long time.
Long time, my brother. I beg, talk fine. We need to hear you fine. Talk closer to your phone so that we hear you fine.
Okay, do you hear me now?
Yes, now we hear you.
Okay. Yeah, no, I just want to add small, say, more people they understand, say, when they lock down for a particular day, if all we observe that 1 day, it will make them unnecessary for lockdown for more days. Because now say if they disrespect the 1 day where they put and then before you feel say reason there for lockdown longer, for give the forces time to prepare and stop whatever needs to be stopped.
Okay.
So the two Mr. Anu the maker and I say they treat with people they like baby them where they don't know how to observe or where they don't understand why this lockdown day. We already know why the lockdown day and we observe the lockdown. So what's the point of 5 days, for lockdown for 5 days just because of 1 day? We already know, so we already defeat that day.
That's right.
We just need to increase the education for our people, may they understand the reason for the lockdown well, and may they observe them. In that case, there will be no reason for any longer lockdown. We just lock down the day in question.
Okay.
So now a small addition that.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, comrade. Thank you very much. You be always very supportive of the people then. Thank you very much. And you care so much about them. Thank you. All right, the lines will be open, and I get time for taking our calls. Hello? All right, the lines will be open, and we'll be ready for taking our calls. The lines will be open for all man. Maybe we'll take this call from ground zero. Hello, comrade.
Yeah, hello.
Yeah, I beg, speak a little bit louder, make we hear you fine.
Yes, I call from Ground Zero.
Yeah, we know see the call from ground zero. Right on.
Yes, I would like me, Chris Arnold don't see me they give 5 days. He don't see me they give 5 days lockdown. If you really explain for Amazonian people the why you need 5 days lockdown.
All right. Now question that way. I want make you go back, go ask it, but we already explain them for you the games that they try for playing with people them. We already explain them for now why they call for this extensive lockdown now for frustrate you. And for make you feel so frustrated with the liberation so that you go talk say you don't want them again. Now the game, it's a game. All right? Now again, people not fall into that trap. All right?
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Salute family, and tell everybody for una quarter, say now only 1 day lockdown for 20th May. Thank you. Hello?
Hello.
Yo, bro. Yeah, right on, comrade.
So I recall from UAE, you know, now you prefer. I just want to add small things. Say, Cristiano don't be na lost but found, na confused man. He no get no nothing for say. If that my brother will come from United Arab Emirates, it is still reason. Like small picking man wait there for ground zero. He don't call you now just one word. 1 day he correct for ground zero. When ground zero don't speak, and when I educate ground zero, it's okay for us. Cristiano na lost but found. That man there so he dey say don't go drink and drunk, then you don't know which to do. Now man we don't drink drunk, they come out, he don't know again road for go reach for your house. 1 day he correct for we.
All right, my brother, thank you very much. Make we take more calls. Thank you for adding your voice to this. And for all now, we call on all everybody for make an audio based on the information we don't give now. We make audio. Yeah, hello.
Yes. How you doing, my brother? Thank you very much.
I thank you too, and I salute you too, my brother.
Yes.
I know. Right on.
Yes. Yes. This message is gonna for Lele Afrique. Say high dodging bomb. It dey for the whole Northwest. Me no go. Me just remember he say bunker. They go bomb me. May not even try for enter Amoka. May not try. This message go for Lele Afrique. Now my own thing that way I give a tell you and for tell you and for tell all Amazonian people. May they no shake for come outside.
All right,
because
bro.
the one way they with them.
Okay,
yes.
Bro.
Thank you, my brother.
Thank you very much. The
Yes.
message they don't hear, they watch. All right. We get time for take 5 more calls. Hello, comrade.
Yeah, my brother.
Yeah, we salute you. Right on.
Yeah. Yeah, no, thank you. We too, the salon for the great job. We'll be very happy. Yes, no, we'll be that call for that 1 day lockdown.
All right.
That 5 day also lockdown, that affect people, then affect people. That we will all to never fall for that trap again.
Okay, my brother. Thank
Maybe
you. Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you plenty and una stay
Be
strong.
very happy.
Una pass
Yes,
the message.
may
Una pass the
God
message
bless.
to everybody.
Yeah, may God bless. Thank you. We carry forward.
All right. All right. Hello, Ground Zero, go ahead. All right, we'll get time for take a couple of more calls. So call when you call, be straight to the point. Just talk very briefly. Just get straight to the point. We could take this other call from United Arab Emirates. Yes, bro. Right on.
I want to say thank you very much for your effort. May God give you more strength. Amazonia will ever live to remember you. My message now for Ground Zero. I want to tell Ground Zero then say, make them stay at home for the 1 day lockdown. The person when I be the Oga Patakota relief the struggle, we don't provide everything for the Amazonia people them. Now our Papa, Dr. Cho, Lucas Ayaba. Make them listen for you. Now so we go reach home quickly for boy and I think I get about Ground Zero.
All right. Thank you, my brother. Stay fine for place where you did. Thank you. We could take this call from Ground Zero. Yes, Ground Zero, go ahead. Oh, we don't lose the call from Ground Zero. People then for Ground Zero, una call and una make una add una voice to wait till we talk. Yes, comrade from Ground Zero, go ahead.
Hello.
Yeah, comrade, go ahead.
Hello.
Hello, we hear you. Go ahead.
One. Okay. Our.
Hello, person from Ground Zero, go ahead.
Hello, Mr. Asu Lucas.
Yes, my brother, we salute una.
I salute you.
We caught you cafe.
Ground Zero, go ahead. Yes, I had a call from Kumba.
We salute you, my brother, for K-Town.
Yeah, go ahead. Yes, so I want you to ask.
Yeah, you go ahead.
I want you to talk this.
Okay.
Bro, go ahead with the air. You just go ahead for talk with the air. All right, maybe we'll take this call from Ground One. Got a lot of calls over that they come in. Someone did a call from Niger Republic. Some people that call from Ground One. We get some missed calls from Ghana. All right. So feel free for call. We'll get time for take some calls and for provide clarity and for make all we get the same understanding so that all we pass the same message to our various communities. We observe only 1 day goes down. We go be now for Friday for 20th May. Now all that. All right. So I encourage everybody for make an audio for your country talk, for send them for your community, make audio for if you did for a WhatsApp group, make a short audio. Not call your name, not talk place where you did it. If your name, not call your country name. If your name George Abong, just talk say na me I be George. I want just call for tell Ambazonia and say, well, people all don't accept for a 1 day lockdown. Now all that. Make all man know say a 1 day lockdown. So join the campaign. Hello, comrade, go ahead. Hello? Yes, comrade, hello? All right. All right. I'll get time for take 5 more calls, and my broadcast will end very soon. Make I go start the day. All right. Some we don't get comments whether they send them for we. Comrade, this comrade talk say 1 day lockdown is enough. Hello, comrade, go ahead. Yes, go ahead. We'll hear you.
Yeah, we'll get a 1 day log up.
Yes. Only 1 day. All right. Thank you very much, our people then. And then one person talk say 1 day lockdown is enough. The other person don't talk say. Wait, he talk. He talk say thank you, Ground Zero. You make us proud. All right. Then we could take this other call from Ground Zero. I always like to talk with people on Ground Zero, my heroes then. All right. Ground Zero, good afternoon.
Yeah. Yeah, good afternoon. I'm calling from Ground Zero.
Would hear you. Go ahead, my brother. Make it short and be straight to the point.
Yes, we'll be very happy with the fact that when I consider it for Ground Zero, when I know it will go through. So now they give just that 1 day is very enough for us. But if they give more than that 1 day, it's like they want just kill us. So the thank una for really understand what will go through and on a day week.
All right, my brother. You salute all man. This liberation,
yeah,
na for una. So what una lives they be very important as much as we fight this thing, but we also for make sure say make we protect our people, their lives, and will not add any pain or suffering on top of which they go through already.
All right, thank you now. Now just keep on that. We'll phone her back.
All right, salute all man for family
and understand the mafia and the game where they go on.
All right,
so we'll stand for the truth.
All right, salute all man for family and salute all man for quarter. Una stay strong.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you. All right, I get time for take 3 more calls, and then one person don't send a comment. He talks say shake no day. shake no day. Mr. Mayor or now Mrs. Mayor say shake no day. The other part of your comment I know read them because no been I work that. Make some people don't leave audio messages. We will see what of we play them. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, come right on, please. Just go straight to the point.
Yes, it's concerning the lockdown from the Ground Zero.
I beg, if you talk a little bit louder, we need to hear you fine. Just talk a little bit louder. Raise your voice up, that's fine.
Yes, concerning the talk from Ground Zero.
Yeah, we hear you now fine.
Okay, hello. I would like to advise the civilians into because now they make the fighters and they die so much down here. Now, advise the civilians.
Okay.
They need the 3 fighters, the Congo Army. If they wait to happen to old church for our fighters. So now civilians do that one.
Okay, we'll pass on this information and we will send out more information for the one civilians and make them not become black legs.
Yeah.
All right. We thank una plenty. Una stay fine. Una stay strong. Shake, day. I get time for take 2 more calls. We get time for take 2 more calls for interact with our people then and provide this sense of clarity and understanding. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Ground. Good afternoon, Ground Zero. Good afternoon. Go ahead and be straight to the point.
Hello.
Would hear you? Go ahead. Be straight. Go straight to the point.
Hello.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so I want to talk about I just say if we say for the try way for 100 Cristiano because now you don't bring the struggle for play with dinner so we all man
they confused, so they could try always to find means so they could handle it to bring it down.
All right, Ground Zero. We don't hear what you wanna talk at the appropriate time. We go hold all man into account. Thank you very much. Una stay fine. Una stay strong. Shake, shake, day. All right. So one person don't send a message. Talk say 1 day lockdown. It be enough. Now so one person don't send a message. This person don't send two voicemails. Maybe if we plan. Well, all right. I feel only take one more call and we'll come to the end, or I will make a conclusion, a statement. I feel take one more call. We'll be the lucky caller we go call now. I just take your call so that you go straight to the point and you talk with you want talk for people them for Ground Zero. All right. We'll be the last caller. Pick up your phone. No, Mister, you been already called before. Nobody don't talk for you. So you know if you called before and then you want to try for talk again. Cheating not fine.
Hello.
Yes, go ahead. Good afternoon for you. Go straight to the point and make your talk be short. What do you think about what we don't talk today?
Hello.
Would hear you? Right on. All right.
Hello.
You my brother, go ahead now. With hear you. Go ahead.
Hello.
All right. It is like say you like for talk. Hello. Okay. All right. Fellow Amazonians, we don't come for the end of our broadcast for today. We'll be very happy for the participation. We'll be very happy for the interaction. As why people don't join for all we forget a common understanding and for we forget a common focus. For no say they say for this period when are testing times, the occupier and the agents them they go try for test the people them. For try for test our resolve, for try for test our resilience. They go push our button them. So that's why during this time, a time we'll get for be very calm, we'll get for be very focused on the objective. We'd already defeat 20th May. Now an old story. So we no need for do any extra things for sure Cameroon, for tell Cameroon to already defeat 20th May. I think we already do them a long time ago. All right. So for this 20th May we go for on Friday. It will be not just 1 day lockdown across the national territory. As soon as I don't hear for any place where we forces the day across the 13 states. Now the forces their responsibility. Oh, ma just talk this one. For any state where Cameroon succeed, or any community or any district where they host 20th May, that means say the forces where the different place they don't fail. Any place where Cameroon organize 20th May, whether na inside Bamenda, or na inside Boya, or na for Victoria, or na for Tiko, or na for Jakiri, or na for Fundong, any place where Cameroon succeed for host 20th May, now the forces for that place they don't fail. We wanna do everything humanly possible for obstruct 20th May. Secondly, to the civilian population. Any person where you carry your langa throat, they give you small 10,000 and then give you Cameroon t-shirt for you for wear them. You go be considered a traitor and you go be treated as such. If you want to celebrate 20th May, go celebrate them for inside La République du Cameroon. There is no celebration of 20th May within the Amazonian territory. Any man will come off outside for celebrate the day where Cameroon invade and officially launch the occupation of Amazonia. You be a traitor. You be a black leg. So, I advise on especially some papa them and some mommy them, some brothers and sisters, we una the hungry money, no go take 10,000, put your life at risk. If you come out for quarter, people for quarter, make una not leave and make no person come out inside una quarter. He wear anything for go for celebrate. If person una see person on for 20th May, he come out for quarter, he don't dress a certain way, or he don't carry him back and then take that their nyongo t-shirt for CPDM, put them inside. Una catch you, una take the t-shirt, una open the back, una take the t-shirt, una burn the t-shirt, and then una send sister or brother back for house. Make una not leave and make no person come inside quarter. Say one go celebrate 20th May. Or mommy they will go take 10,000, 5,000 for say they want go march for 20th May. Whether you be WCPDM or you be YCPDM. Now a crime. Not test Ambazonia. Now wartime this, not put your life at risk. This information are for prevent you, for save your life, for save your family from pain, from tragedy. No go cause yourself harm for no reason because of langa money. Stay for your house, save your life. Your life be more important than the 10,000, the 20,000 they will take and bribe you. And then you go there, explosive carry you. When you go, just God know will forgive you. And you know will come back. They say life not get duplicate. Oh. Life you not get duplicate. That's what they talk am. All right. My talk for today don't end. For anything, we'll talk for now tomorrow morning. For when they watch from YouTube, when I share and invite more people for participate, I will provide daily information and update for our YouTube page and for our people then for ACN. We will always make sure say we bring una the right information at the right time for communicate which will come up for the leadership, which will happen for ground zero. We'll make sure say we will bring una news at any time where the development it take place. I want to end this broadcast by paying tribute to the three forces where they lost their lives yesterday from the ADF Bamenda Brigade. Over the last 1 week, these forces of the Bamenda Brigade, they don't fight for 1 week non-stop. From one battle to the next. For continue for inflict pain and chase Cameroon out and for make Cameroon not get rest when it's Ambazonia. Our forces of the ADF Bamenda Brigade, they don't be on a constant battle from one location to the next for the last 1 week. Yesterday we lost 3 forces then. We lost 3 brave fighters in the line of duty for fight for you. For fight for defend your freedom. For defend your land. For defend your sovereignty. They don't pay the ultimate price. For the role where they don't take them for play them for our people there. For be liberators. Now the journey this, it not be easy. It not be easy on the forces. It not be easy on leadership. It not be easy on our people. But at the price this way, all we pay them. Just for make sure so we get a free homeland. So make you not take what people their sacrifices for granted. Not take the death of these brave sons and daughters. Not take their blood and the pain of those families and the Ambazonian people then. For talk say one go celebrate 20th May. You put yourself at risk. So I want to make all we honor the bravery and the sacrifices of these heroes, where they don't lay their lives for simple make Ambazonia may be free. We honor their families, we honor the brigades, and we honor the strength of these fighters. Make them live in glory, make them live in power, make them live in strength, and make them become the bridge of courage, the bridge of resilience. Make their death It gives we more commitment, more courage, more determination, and above all, the capacity for stand up for what to be right and what the Ambazonian people that they fight for. We go continue with more passion and more commitment. We make sure we eradicate Cameroon occupation and colonialism on the Ambazonian people and give our people a free homeland, a place where they feel create prosperity, they feel create happiness, for make Ambazonia heaven on earth. That's what we fight for. For end where people they are suffering and make our people feel breathe again. When I get a great evening, may God bless you now. Again, once more, happy Country Sunday. Una stay fine.